Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the second half between the Dragons and the Eagles. Truman, you really love to see when just the stream just completely breaks. You know, I love the quasi breaks where it just like somewhat doesn't work, but you gotta love when it just completely shuts off altogether.
Robbie, I think I'm bad luck because last time I was here, it broke at half as well. We had to restart it.
We finally get our Alan Swain three-pointer. And it is 32-37, 32-27 rather. Gonna do the old-fashioned scoreboard updates constantly. You can zoom in a bit if you want, Bryce. Bryce Gerrish on our brand new camera. Swain's gonna try another three, and he's got it again! 6 points to start the half for the senior committed to St. Joe's for baseball.
Some momentum now for the Dragons on these three-pointer shots in the second half, am I right?
That's just beautiful from Swain. This will be Logan Zulamis to inbound. Shaw jumping up trying to block it. Here's Daniel Beal. Working on Finn White. Once again, the all 5 starting seniors out there for the Dragons right now. Zulamis will drive, puts off the glass. Gray with the rebound. Gray will carry outside to Shaw. Shaw pumps. We'll give it to Moyenga. Moyenga puts it up. Cannot hit the rim. Beal will loft it up. Caught Zulamis. It's a 3-on-1 for the Eagles. Zulamis holds back though. Zulamis drops it off to Beal. Back to Zulamis. Will collect. Zulamis backs out. He has Noah Duncan. Duncan lofts it up, caught by Beal, guarded by Gray. Beal will survey. Beal drives, has Norton. Norton off the glass, won't fall. Gray with the rebound. Gray takes it outside. Finn White will try. No, he will not try the other three. He hit one earlier. Gray also doesn't try it. Gray will put it up and score with the hook shot.
I gotta say, Robbie, I love Coach Clark putting all the seniors in for all this time. It's really great to see.
Beal will, nice catch by Duncan, has Norton. Will find Zulamis, who's great from 3, and he couldn't hit this one. Clanks off the back of the rim. Shaw with the rebound. Shaw will leave it off to Alan Swain. The deep 3. No, he's already hit 2, but Moyenga puts it off the glass and scores.
Robbie, it's becoming very clear that rebounds are what's going to win the Dragons this game. Every single board falls to either Logan Gray or Humberto.
Alan Swain is fired up. He's fallen over with excitement. Hit 2 threes in a row to start the quarter. You love to see it.
Rebound by Humberto there for some extra points too. I like what he's doing tonight.
Third quarter, 5:27 to go.
17 people watching.
We're at 49 earlier. Any stop. Just show this Bryce Gerrish on our camera. Truman Kosinski doing color with myself, Robert Bowen. Ethan Patterson had to leave. And our scoreboard also had to leave. Had to make an early exit. You know, he's got places to be.
Very unfortunate early exit for the scoreboard, you know. Bryce, can you get a shot of that ESPN? Can you show them that ESPN student section right there? Look at that. It's really crazy. We have ESPN delegates here tonight.
That's Kaz Kosinski, Liam Raposa, and Oscar Gardside, all hired by ESPN this morning. You really love to see it. Of course, tomorrow morning in the Times Record, you will be able to see our BHSN article written by Cooper Sullivan. He said probably tomorrow, so maybe there's a chance it's not, but I trust Cooper, so it probably will be out tomorrow. Dragons go for the double at half court. There's Zulamis, has the open Duncan. Duncan back to Zulamis. He will drive in his left hand, caught by Beal. Beal survives the swat from White and scores the 2. That's a great shot.
Ararat has been surviving off some mid-range shots this game.
Gray will drive into the paint. Looks to bounce outside to Finn White. Won't take it. White surveys. And it's a travel on 5 and White.
Robbie, I've seen a couple plays like that from the Dragons that just have to go. Short little travels. I saw one by Owen McGrath earlier. It's not helping their chances.
39-29 here in the third quarter. 4:50 to go. Nice little give and go, but Emery unable to score. Shaw has Gray. Gray. And drawing a charge the other way is Daniel Beal.
Is that the third charge of the night, we think?
That sounds about right. We've definitely seen a lot.
I don't know what's happening, but going in this game, these teams must be just looking to draw charges here.
Lucian Martin will check back in for the Eagles. Johnny Porter and Rylan Lay will sub out Humberto Moyanga and Finn White. It will be Phoenix Norton to inbound for Mount Ararat. He has Duncan back to Beal. Beal working on Porter will now enter the offensive zone. Nice jumper from Martin, won't fall. And it will be Dragon basketball. Gray will inbound from his baseline off to his partner in calculus, Brendan Shaw. Huge shout out to Miss Dolan. Here's Gray. Lay gets open off the off-ball pick, has Shaw. Inside caught Porter. Porter will survey. Has Swain. Swain quickly to Rylan Lay. Lay working on Martin. Takes it into the paint now. Plays it up. Nobody home. Was that a errant pass, a shot? Was it tipped? What did you see?
I think he was looking for a better look, and when he went up, he saw he didn't have it, but he didn't have a choice but to shoot it there. It's unfortunate for Rylan. He's a great player. Just unlucky there. Bad shot selection, all of it.
Certainly the Dragons' best player in the paint can't hit them all. Here is Norton to survey. He has the open Martin, puts up the two again, and Martin's been great from those mid to deep range twos.
That's what I was saying earlier, Robbie. It's the mid-rangers that are keeping Ararat in this.
It's 39-31. Gray will catch, take it into the paint, bobbles it, collects, puts it up, and scores to match that two from Martin. Once again, thank you for joining us back here in Brunswick High Sports Network. Our great service Sport Cam did just completely crash. Could have something to do with the school Wi-Fi here. So we just switched over to the classic YouTube stream without any scoreboard. And now Truman Kosinski has joined on the color commentary with myself, Robert Bowen, and Bryce Gerrish is on our camera. It will be Brady Hiltz to inbound for the Eagles. Hiltz will find Beal. Beal will hang back. Leaves it off for Hiltz. Hiltz has Martin. Martin has the open. Norton, will he try the three? No. Porter comes out to pressure him. Lay putting pressure on Martin, but Martin collects, takes it into the paint, puts it up, and scores, and one.
It's unfortunate they're playing really aggressive around the perimeter, and when you don't win a steal at the top of the key, you're going to be in danger of an attack like that, where it's a free layup for the Ararat.
Is that already 5-0 fouls in favor of Brunswick in this quarter?
I believe it is, Robert. That is pretty crazy.
That's pretty wild. And the three-point play is completed by Lucian Martin. Here's Quinn. Leaves it off for Shaw. Stripped out of his hands by Norton, but Shaw collects and finds McGrath. Here's Lay now, working on Hiltz. Lay will spin, take it inside, and be fouled.
And that is what Rylan Lay does best. Just gets inside, either gets a foul or gets a bucket.
.252 to go in the third quarter. 41-34 lead for Brunswick here on their senior night, and the second of the, can't really say Greenbridge doubleheader anymore, the Graybridge doubleheader. The Mount Ararat girls won the first contest over the Dragons before this.
Robert, I think we should know. I think I see a Broncos fan at the top of the stadium up there.
That would be Sean Funderburg.
That's disappointing to see these days, isn't it?
It really is. Sean, great football player, though. Here's Beal. And loses it to Brendan Shaw. Shaw up the court now. He'll lose it himself. And the ball will go to Mount Ararat.
Just got to calm it down a little bit there. He's going for the fast break just to get the layup up, but it doesn't pay off. Unfortunate.
Brady Hiltz to Norton quickly. Back to Hiltz. That's 10 working on 10. Hiltz will take it into the front court. Hangs back, and Porter nearly got the steal, but Norton will collect for the Eagles. Beal across to Martin. Now Hiltz will drive outside. Opens Beal for three, and he missed left, hitting the backboard. Shaw's glasses come off. Seems like some indication that he had a hand to his face.
I would agree with that. I think we should also note that it is 5 fouls to 2, not in the Dragons' favor, which will only hurt them going into the second half.
Quinn will inbound for Brunswick with the 43-34 lead here with 2:14 to go in the third quarter. Shaw will carry. Now he loses it, collects again though. Shaw inside, caught Lay off the glass, and he scores. That's what Rylan Lay does best.
That is what he does best, just gets inside and always gets the bucket. That's why he's a top player as a junior on this team.
Here comes Hiltz outside, collected by Martin. Martin has Martin. They might be related, Jack Martin and Lucian Martin. Here is the deep three, won't fall. That was Cooper Holmes on the attempt. Lay up ahead to Owen Quinn, hangs back off the glass and scores. The Dragons with a nice streak.
Brilliant composure there by Owen Quinn to stop and get the lay. Truly brilliant.
Here is Jack Martin. Will lose the ball into the ESPN banner. And Gabe Pernell-Myers will sub on for Brendan Shaw. Jack Martin will inbound for the Eagles. And he has Hiltz. Hiltz working on Pernell-Myers. Holmes to Zulamis inside, caught by Martin. Holmes, Zulamis bobbles it again. Once again, we just have not seen Zulamis shoot the deep three or the long two really at all tonight. And that's what he did pretty much every single time he had the ball the last time the Dragons played the Eagles. So definitely a game plan thing, I would say.
I would also note that the Dragons have been dominant around the rim on defense. Whether it's Logan Gray, whether it's Owen McGrath, whether it's Rylan, they've been sending back shots all night.
Yeah, Logan did have that fantastic block late in the second quarter. Not sure if that was before or after the stream just completely broke, but that was a great block. Here's a shot from the charity stripe by Lucian Martin. He's been money from the deep twos.
He has those deep twos. Let's keep an arrow out in here.
Here is Lay. Pernell-Myers working that screen, and now he'll make the catch and find Porter. Porter gets the pump. Porter takes a step, loses the ball, and the rebound is collected by Lucian Martin. Now to Hiltz. Hiltz will hold back. Caught by Martin for three. Splash! The Eagles put together 5 straight. It's 47-39. Here's Porter back to Lay. Lay has Quinn. He loses it, and here comes Cooper Holmes the other way. Holmes will hold back. Off, puts up the 2, and the putback nearly by Martin wouldn't fall. Pernell-Myers will keep it in bounds. Martin gets it right back, though, for the Eagles, and he'll fire it up the court. Caught by McGrath. Time's expiring. Martin, the buzzer beater, is over the hoop. Wow.
Robbie, what did we just witness? That was a crazy turn of events there. Just back and forth, losing possession every second. That's one of the craziest sequences I've seen in high school ball in a long time.
Truman, Kosinski, do you think that every single player who is on the court during that sequence should be banned from the sport of basketball?
I think so. I think they need to get Jackson Tebow on the court sooner rather than later.
I think we just witnessed about 6 turnovers in the last 10 seconds of the quarter.
It really seemed like it, just back and forth.
That is just insane. We once again thank you for bearing with us with our wonderful Sport Cam technical difficulties. We were up at 49 viewers with Sport Cam, and it was a fantastic first half commentated by Ethan Patterson. Then the Wi-Fi. It could be the Wi-Fi, probably just a sport cam issue. Just completely broke, stream ended, but we got us back here with just a simple YouTube live stream, so no scoreboard, but we got 41 of you back in here. Thank you so much for rejoining Truman, Kosinski, and I on the microphone, and Bryce Gerrish on our camera. The Dragons lead 47-39 going into the fourth quarter in their final regular season game.
Rob, if you don't mind, I would love to shout out a dedicated viewer who I know.
Go right ahead.
Luke Hodap's mom, Yusum Hodap, is a dedicated BHSN viewer, and I just want to know that if she's watching, we always appreciate dedicated viewers to BHSN.
Another huge shout out to, well, it would have been Ryan Livesey, but he's probably at hockey practice right now. Porter up ahead, caught by Lay with the reverse hook attempt for two, wouldn't fall. And Hiltz collects for the Eagles. Hiltz has Martin, who knocks down Shaw. Zulamis lofts it up. Caught Hiltz for three. Won't go. Shaw will muscle that rebound away from Lucian Martin.
Impressive by B. Shaw. Even with the height disadvantage there, he still manages to come down with a lot of boards. Good work from him tonight.
Lay again in the paint, and that's usually his bread and butter, but Porter also cannot put it away. Here's Hiltz the other way for the Eagles. They have numbers. Holmes, the long two, won't go off the back rim. McGrath, the defensive rebound to Gray up ahead. Caught Shaw. Shaw has Lay off the glass, and there is Riley Lay.
Robin, I must say, what a pass from Brendan Shaw there. That is such a difficult angle, and to make that pass is truly remarkable. Great stuff from him tonight.
Shaw's goggles are coming off for a second time here in the half. We got to make sure he can see Truman.
If he can't see, I don't know how he's going to make that pass. Like, he needs his glasses.
Zulamis to inbound. Once again, we have not seen him shoot from three pretty much at all tonight. That's four in blue, who is just electric with the deep shots when the Dragons played the Eagles in Topsom about a month ago. Here's Zulamis. Will he finally try one? No. Inside. Caught Martin off the glass. And the Eagles have once again cut it back to single digits. 49-41 lead for Brunswick. Here's McGrath into the front court. You can just hear that electric Brunswick student section. McGrath, nice find to Lay, but he lost it out of bounds.
I love to see the student section tonight. It is huge, and I love the neon theme. The ESPN adds a little twist, too. Great stuff from the high school student section tonight.
Very interesting, Truman. On SportCam, the delay from real life to on the stream is about 15 seconds, but you can see here, it was only about 7 seconds behind reality on YouTube. That's crazy.
I did notice that earlier. I was looking down, and it looked fairly recent. Normally, when we look down at the computer at the stream, it's 15 seconds behind it. It looks like a whole nother play.
Here is Norton. A lot of changes in for the Eagles. Zulamis will step back, still doesn't take it, but Beal will, and he's got it! It's a 5-point game out of nowhere. The Dragons appear to be dominating, and suddenly it's a two-possession ball game. 49-44, 5-5-5 to go in the fourth.
We need the Dragons to flip a switch here, and we need some points. This era has momentum. They got a big student section even away. They got, I don't know, they're getting some baskets. We need some Brunswick momentum here.
I think it really is just as simple as the Dragons have been scoring consistently, but they've been all twos. The Eagles, meanwhile, are hitting the threes at a very high level. And Truman, the last time I checked, 3 points is worth more than 2. So that is really how the Eagles have been able to get back into this game.
Robbie, we should fact check that, but I believe that is still accurate.
Coach Clark will talk to his 5. It will be Swain, Shaw, White, Lay, and McGrath.
I must say, if I want one person to get the boys going, it's always Coach Ben Clark.
Gotta love that Dragon Band, directed, of course, by the legendary Brandon Duras. Finn White will inbound. He has the open Shaw. Dragons need a bucket to quell some of this Eagle momentum. Here's Lay for three. No. Shaw, though. Finn gets the rebounds. Swain takes the catch. Here's McGrath. Swain won't take the three. Outside caught McGrath. He has Finn White. Now it's Shaw again. Shaw will loft it up. It's caught by Owen McGrath. Inside caught Lay. Swain for three. Yes! The third three for 30 in White. And Alan Swain gives the Dragons the bucket they needed.
Electric night from Alan Swain. Is that 4 threes in the night?
Zulamis will inbound, now trailing by 8. Daniel Beal will drive on White. Puts it up off the glass, won't fall. Beal gets his own rebound, though, and scores. Cuts it back to 6 points. Advantage for Brunswick. McGrath has the open Swain. Inside, caught by Lay. Lay has Finn White for three. An air ball from White, who did hit a three to start this game. That was the first points of the night, but couldn't hit it that time. Here's Beal outside, caught Zulamis. Zulamis will lose the ball. Can Shaw get to it? It's rolling into the backcourt. Taken over by Norton, who spams the timeout, and he got it off. That is some heads-up basketball from Phoenix Norton.
I don't know about that. I think that was a backcourt violation, but here at BHSN, our referees are always correct, so.
It did also look a bit like it was beyond the half court, but you know, who can say? Our instant replay? Maybe.
We're checking the instant replay.
I think he got it off.
The final consensus here is that he did get off the timeout. Unfortunate for the Dragons.
I was worried about the tilt.
I must say, though, a great effort from Brendan Shaw there.
Yeah, do whatever you want.
I don't know how that clamp works.
It actually looks fine. I might have fixed it.
Brendan Shaw effort tonight might not fully show up on the stat sheet, but
Zoom in a tab.
truly a remarkable game for him.
6-point game, and it's Eagle basketball. Here is Daniel Beal. Norton to survey. Has Martin the deep two again. He's been so good from there, but he missed that time. Still fighting, and the ball will be finally collected by McGrath, the Porter. Ethan Patterson would call that Angel Reese basketball.
Robbie, I think what we're seeing is that Ararat is much more aggressive on their rebounds. Have you noticed that?
I would agree.
It's much harder for the Dragons just to freely come down with it and have time and space. And Ararat is really pushing for these boards, and that's what's keeping them in this game.
Porter lofts it up. Lay makes the tough catch and now loses it out of bounds. Now Ararat has the ball. 4:01 to go in the fourth. 52-46. Norton has the open Daniel Beal. Beal working on Porter. Beal steps back, has Zulamis. Zulamis loses it. Shaw swatted it out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles.
See, that's that Brendan Shaw defense. Brendan Shaw, I must say, has had a very good game tonight.
Here's Beal. Has McGrath guarding him tightly. Overall, I'd say the Dragons playing much tighter defense than the Eagles have tonight, but that's a great shot by Phoenix Norton. The deep twos have just been money for the Eagles.
I'm really glad to see Logan going back in the game. Logan Gray is a player we need right now.
Gray will check in upon the next whistle. McGrath inside, caught Lay. Lay in the paint, Swain for three! No, he's hit three so far, but Alan Swain will collect it again, put it up won't fall. The rebound is by Martin, and it will be a foul, Eagle ball.
See, what happened there is Rylan Lay fought for the rebound and got it and gave Swain another chance. Unfortunately, that didn't fall, but I like the effort there from Lay.
I do feel like I take it for granted a bit that we have 44 viewers right now. Before about a couple weeks ago, this would be an astronomically large number. And this is after the whole stream broke and you guys all had to figure out how to get back on and watch without a scoreboard. So thank you so much for joining us once again. We have a great game here late in the fourth. Zulamis fires. It's stolen by Logan Gray. Gray has Shaw. Shaw will serve a caught Porter. Porter spins, has Swain. Swain caught Lay. Lay lofts it up, caught by Swain. And here's Shaw. Coach Clark calling out a play. Working that off-ball pick to a wide-open Logan Gray. And now he has Shaw. Shaw still surveying. Now he's doubled. And a foul.
Great composure there by Shaw, especially with such a close game with only 2:25 left in the fourth.
52-48 lead for Brunswick. This is the final game of the regular season. The Dragons sitting at 13-4, the Eagles at 2-15. The Dragons will play on in the playoffs, of course, but the Eagles, this is their last game of the season. Gray caught Porter. Porter drives off the glass, won't go. The rebound is by Hiltz. Hiltz will carry. Hiltz back, it's caught by Martin. Martin has the open Beal. Zulamis finally the three, but it's swatted by Logan Gray. Collected though by Norton, lofted up. Martin will try that once again, the long two, but would never get it off.
Logan Gray showing his size and athleticism with that steal, I think it was 2 plays ago, and then that swat. Truly good stuff.
Did you see what the call was? Was it a travel?
It was a travel. Just forgot to dribble, honestly. That's what it looked like.
Shaw will carry. He's guarded by Phoenix Norton. Caught by Lay. Lay trying to get the ball to Porter, cannot. Working on that pivot, no travel. Gray will carry. Has the open Owen McGrath, and now we'll get a whistle. Gray is on his back and helped up by Lay and Zulamis.
Logan Gray is so essential to this team. You can really see how the momentum shifts for them a little bit once he comes back in.
We will get a timeout. And I think we'll just be silent and let you guys listen to this great Dragon band.
.137 here left in the fourth. 52-48, 4-point game. The Dragons lead here. We're very sorry our scoreboard is shut down tonight.
We do thank you all for joining us right back here on Brunswick High Sports Network after that first half ended so abruptly. Bryce Gerrish on our camera, Truman, Kosinski, and myself, Robert Bowen, on the microphone. Here's Lay will take it inside himself. Waiting in the paint, the hook shot won't go. Porter collects. That's a critical possession. Lay has McGrath. Back to Lay. Lay will survey. Bounces to Shaw. Shaw will be doubled. Able to collect it again. We have a whistle and a foul.
The aggression on this court, I should say, is picking up. This is becoming a physical game here. Both teams really want this lead. Even though Ararat is the 12th seed and Brunswick is the 3rd seed, this rivalry here carries so much power and momentum that it allows Ararat to fight for this win.
I would also say it's Mount Ararat's last game of the season, no matter what. They're going to be playing with that intensity.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Porter will find Lay. Lay has the open Johnny Porter. I should note that last year when the Eagles played in this building, they did defeat the Dragons. And then Brunswick did win when they went and played in Topsom later in the season. But last time the Eagles were here, they came out with the victor. And now it's a 4-point lead for Brunswick. McGrath trying to extend it.
I believe the Dragons are in bonus now, so when they get fouled, they will take 2 shots every time for the last minute and 3 seconds of this game.
McGrath will switch his first.
That is who you want at the free throw line. It's either Owen McGrath or Brendan Shaw. Those are 2 trustworthy free throw shooters.
McGrath cannot hit the second. Finn White trying to Dennis Rodman into the Dragon Bands. Could not save it. Eagle basketball down 5, 61 seconds left. Logan Zulamis, once again, he is so good from 3. We have not seen him shoot it pretty much at all from beyond the arc. He is still my player to watch, though, as the Eagles need points. Here's Duncan. 50 seconds. Duncan wrestles away the ball. Has Martin. Finds Jack Martin. Field a deep 3. No. Saved, though, by Martin. But the ball goes right to Owen McGrath. 37 seconds. Graves got it to McGrath. Lay is wide open. Finn White beyond the arc is wide open. And he's got McGrath.
I mean, they're just trying to waste time here. They're not looking for any crazy shots.
The Eagles did not want to foul knowing that they're in the bonus, but they have to.
Robbie, a little tip here of Bryce Gerrish, genius basketball knowledge. He has noted that number 4, what is his name?
Logan Zulamis.
Logan Zulamis has been face guarded by Brendan Shaw most of this game, leading to a lack of open looks for him. Ben Clark drew that one up, knowing that was the right call from his previous experience with Logan Zulamis.
You can see Zulamis speaking to Gray in the backcourt. Of course, you actually cannot see it, but I can. I can see it. The Mount Ararat student section is leaving, and they're getting waved goodbye by the Dragon student section. This one's still not over, though. A couple threes from Zulamis could change it, but Gray the other way has the wide open Lay. Lay will lay it up for Gray. I wanted him to leave it up for and give Gray a lob for the dunk, but no sirree. Duncan for 3. It's swatted by Brendan Shaw with 5 seconds left. Here's McGrath, and that'll do it. The Dragons win their 14th of the year. The next one will be the playoffs.
Robbie, what a win for the Dragons. I think we were all looking for the Logan Gray lob there at the end, but what can you say? What a game. What a game.
Of course, this place, best energy it's had all year. It always is when the Dragons play the Eagles.
Yeah, truly great stuff from the student section, from the band, from the Brunswick parents. Everything was great tonight for the Dragons. Really glad to see them get out that win.
Once again, sorry about the scoreboard breaking after the first half, but thank you to the 53 who came back and watched the second half. Truman, Kosinski, and myself, Bowen, on the microphone. Truman, I know who my player of the game is. I'm curious to see if you have the same. I think you have a different one, but we're still going to say it on 3. 3, 2, 1. Alan Swain. Swain hit 3 threes. He's my player of the game. I'm going to overrule you. Actually, no. Bryce Gerrish, the deciding vote. Swain or Shaw for
Senior night Swain? Heck yeah.
Yeah. Alan Swain hit 3 threes. He's your BHSN player of the game. And what a win it was. We thank you all for joining us here on Brunswick High Sports Network. Next stream will be on Saturday, and you can check Buick Sportsnet to see what that will be. 56-48 victory for the Dragons. Thank you all for joining us.